Todd, we had news break this morning, probably 10 o'clock local time, or maybe a bit later, around there sometime. Holden have withdrawn from Australia, so the Holden Brand plate will cease to no longer exist, and the importation of right-hand drive vehicles will no longer be available to Australia.
Yeah, the way we're going, it's going to be tofu, Korean noodles, and I don't know what else.
This is just being racist. But
No, I'm being fair. I'm saying a demographic that I enjoy, tofu and Korean noodles. So yeah, but no more meat pies, and we still got footy. We still have the footy, Nick. And if no one knows what I'm about, there's a classic song. I'll get Nick to link it in there somewhere. But off the top of my head
I don't know
now,
if we're allowed to play it on the radio, to be honest, so I might avoid that. But
footies, meat pies, and Holden cars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the song. Look, a lot of people said that they saw this coming. Frankly, I thought it wouldn't be so
soon.
Yeah, not so soon. I think the problem I have with all of this is that we're leaving a massive infrastructure in Australia out of work. And when I say massive infrastructure, I'm talking about the Holden dealers. And, we're talking like thousands of people here that are going to be without work.
Yeah, some official stats I read, late this afternoon before sort of broadcasting, was I reckon there was a direct 600 people out of work, possibly 800. Apparently, and I don't know where they got this figure from, there was, and I'm going to get this number wrong, there was something like 200 Holden dealerships Australia-wide, and 31 in New Zealand. Now, I love New Zealand. I've been there for a long time. Didn't think New Zealand was big enough to be a Holden dealership base, but they love their Holdens in New Zealand.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, they do. But
then according to another bit of information, and this is again the media just taking off, there's only 30 direct Holden dealerships that will be affected. Most of the other dealerships now sell other brands of cars and will not feel the impact significantly.
I think that's a very, very naive view on the situation.
Yeah,
that's really unfair to say that quite openly to someone that's working in a Holden dealership that might not have the ability to go and move to another suburb.
Yeah.
Or different part of the state. If we use Western Australia as an example, there are a number of Holden dealerships that, yes, have other marks in their offering, but they might not have the spots for them to go there. I think that's a very naive view for the media to come out and say that there are only X amount of Holden direct dealers, even the ones that are not direct. Where do those guys and girls go?
There is also rumours that HSV will actually kick on and import as such and sell performance Chevrolet.
Yeah, that's the. But what's Chevrolet comprising of now? We're down to the Corvette and we're down to the Silverado. The Camaro is going to be done in a couple of years. The Camaro is slated to be wound up.
Yeah.
And that's Ryan Wilkinshaw, I think you're referring to.
I read that very, very briefly and was like, how's that going to work?
Look, I mean, I think, there will be a probably... That may continue. It's still too early to say. But I think the view that this will be okay is not the right view.
Oh, no. I must admit, I'm toying with the idea of buying a second-hand Holden at the moment. And I probably still will. And I don't want to jinx myself. I don't think the market's going to boom. I actually think it might crash the market on second-hand Holdens, unfortunately. But the abruptness of them... Well, I don't think you said it yet. They reckon that most of the dealerships will be on their way out by June. Now, we're in February. Almost March. March is around the corner. That's 4 months.
Yeah.
Not even. And then I think a total withdrawal was what they used.
2021.
By 2021. Okay. Now, what do you do? I mean, no one's buying the ZB Commodore, let's be honest. But, you're going to tell me you're going to sell all your fleet off in 8 months? Are you going to have a fire sale or something? Probably the wrong word of term, sorry. But, what the hell? And besides that, again, back full circle. The poor people out of a job, like...
That's my main concern. I mean, I don't really, whether you can get the Commodore. It's really sad that we don't have the ability to buy a Commodore anymore. I think that's just crazy. But my biggest concern is jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs, and profitable business.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these Holden dealerships around us, there's one not far from here, I won't disclose, they are a private company.
Yep.
They are I won't say mum and dad business, but they are a private entity. They're not on the stock exchange. They are, and I know people, they're not just in Western Australia, but in other parts of Australia, that are private Holden dealers. Mum and dad businesses that have nothing to sell. And I think this is... I can understand the closure of production in Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't profitable. I get that. But you can't tell me you can't import vehicles into Australia. The right vehicles. This is the key. They were bringing over cars that were not right for our market.
Yeah.
With the ZB, we sat here and laughed at that car, let's be honest. I kind of regret it in some ways.
Yeah.
But, we laughed at that car. That the Equinox really didn't float my boat, and the Arcadia never got a chance.
Yeah.
Never got a chance. I think that was probably the best of the band bunch. And the Colorado was a great vehicle. It was a great vehicle.
Yeah.
What I didn't know was that Holden or General Motors have sold the plant in Thailand that produces the Colorado to Great Wall. So I think that's part of the issue here.
I don't know that either.
Yeah.
So,
so that's been sold off, that plant, to the Great Wall. So the Colorado was a great vehicle, but the rest of the offering was not great.
No.
The Equinox wasn't great, the Commodore wasn't great, and the Astra, that wasn't great either. So the key was bringing us vehicles that the Australian market would be enticing to them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would say it's difficult to import a car that's not built in Australia that meets, that can flourish here. Well, Hyundai have done it for years. You look at Hyundai; they came here in the mid '80s or early '80s with a car that probably wasn't that great. And look at them now; they made it.
I'd buy one. Actually, there's probably several vehicles in the Hyundai lineup I'd own.
Now, I know I've personally made fun of...
Yeah, me too, but...
some of the Hyundais in TCR, but all things aside, all things being equal, those guys made it, you know? The other vehicle, Mazda, made it.
Yeah.
You have to bring vehicles that are enticing. And I read an article... While I was reading a lot of stuff today, I read an old article from 2017 where Holden wanted to get away from the petrol head and the rev head image. And they felt that bringing these cars was the next step. Once they finished with the VF Commodore, this was the next... It wasn't. It was too much of a step.
Yeah.
They still needed a vehicle, and I don't know what that vehicle was, but they still needed a vehicle that was either 4-door or 2-door with LS power in it. Simple as that.
No, I mean, and from what I understand, it's not even that Holden going to get replaced with GM as such. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
And there is probably a few vehicles in the GM lineup like this, that would be good on our roads. But
Silverado, a lot of people would laugh at me for saying the Silverado.
No, that was on top of my head right now. And I can't think of any other ones right now, sorry, but...
I don't know if the Silverado will continue through the HSV line. I really don't know. It's still too early to say. I think the Silverado is certainly one of them.
Yeah.
The Corvette will certainly be another one.
Yeah.
I think they certainly need to keep that going. In terms of their 2-door lineup, the Camaro, I don't know if it's viable bringing that anymore. If there's only 2 more years left on that.
Yeah.
But it's just...
Hey, Dodge, if you're listening... Stop bringing all those stupid Jeeps. Start bringing in the Hellcats and all that gear.
The door is wide open.
Right-hand drive, you will have... I was going to use a derogatory term then. You'll have people handing you money in suitcase. Actually, no. You're not allowed to buy a car with $10,000 anymore. That's right. You can't... Anyway, you'll have people giving you bank checks for cars.
It doesn't matter. The Mustang is a perfect example of that. The Mustang is a perfect example of that.
They will sell 3 to 1 now.
Whether you like the Mustang or not, let's put that aside. Look at the amount of Mustangs on the road.
Yeah, they aren't bad to drive.
They're a beautiful car to drive, but some people don't like them. That's fine. That's okay. But the numbers speak for themselves. You look at the number of Mustangs that are on the road. Australia is not a complete 100% SUV market. Yes, it's up there, the market in SUV, and it suits Australian people as a majority. Yes, we all agree with that. But you can't tell me for a minute that we've shut the door on a 4-door or a 2-door sports sedan coupe.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't buy it.
No, there's not much else in the lineup, really.
No.